guys, welcome back to Twisted Stitches. My name is Tammy. How's everybody doing today? Today I've got a special little something something. I went and I've been looking on Etsy for a while, and I've been looking for a yarn of the month type club. Now there's quite a few of them out there. I was also looking for a yarn of the month club that I haven't seen already on YouTube, that somebody already doesn't have or is showcasing yet. So I figured that way I could give you guys a little bit of information about a new yarn club and a new store on Etsy that sells yarns and things like that. And I figured this was a good way to help the new business take off a little bit. We all know about Knit Crate. We know about, the Mary Maxims, the Southern Skeins, some of the Lolo did it. There's a lot of different ones. So what I did is I started hunting. I started contacting some of the people that I've bought yarns from, and a couple of them had said that they're considering doing like a yarn of the month club, but they haven't started it yet. So I was fortunate and I kind of stumbled across this particular person. Not only dyes yarn, but she is a phenomenal knitter, and she has a podcast right here on YouTube. And to top it all off, she does all this stuff, and guess how old she is? Take a guess. She's 16. 16. I'm 50 and haven't figured it out yet. She's 16 and she's got her stuff all together. So anyway, what I wanted to do was share the two yarn of the month clubs that she had in her shop for July that I purchased, and also tell you about her future yarn of the month clubs that are in her shop, so that some people may have in their shopping cart already. So let's get on with it, shall we? So this was, you remember on Friday's podcast I was telling you how my package kind of disappeared, and I got concerned, and this is how it came. Yes, I did unbox it because of the fact that it had gone missing, and I wanted to, and it was open. This was already open like this, so I wanted to make sure that when I got this, that everything was in there. So forgive me for that. In the future, if there's no problems, I will definitely open it on here and let you guys see it first before I do. But like I said, this month was an exception. Now, I don't know, and this is something I'm going to leave a message with her. She puts this cute little sticker right here that says Ruby and Rose's yarn. Okay? Now, I don't know if that made it more tempting. If it was going to be a situation where somebody was going to just either, if it was put in the wrong post office box, if the person decided they looked inside and went, ugh, yarn, no, I don't want it. Or if the person who received this, instead of putting it into mine before I made a stink about it, decided because it was pretty well marked that they might like to have it for themselves. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I just, like I said, that's why I'm going to ask her if she can maybe put the sticker on her inside label instead of on the outside. That way, the only thing that you see is just a plain package that can be almost anything. I don't know if it'll help or not. I don't know. I might be talking crazy. So anyway, forgive me for being a little bit chatty today. So I bought two July's Yarn of the Month clubs. One was for, I guess, just a regular, her Yarn of the Month that was like an inspiration to her, whatever particularly moved her, whether it be artwork or something. I'll put a picture in right here of her July's inspirational photo. And then you'll also see on the shop, if you go to it, you'll see that all her Yarn of the Month clubs have a picture of what is inspiring her to dye her yarn of the month with, you know, like most people do. There's some kind of inspiration to why or what they're doing. So anyway, I'm just giving you some information off of here. I wrote some things down. So for her July Yarn of the Month Club, I particularly got the sock set, which runs $34, and you get a regular hank of superwash merino and a mini skein. Or you can also just get a regular one hank of sock yarn for $27. So that's not too bad. Now for July, when I purchased it, there was only either fingering weight with, you know, just one hank of fingering weight, or the fingering weight hank with the mini, which is a sock set, available, because obviously things had sold out, because I didn't purchase this until about a week and a half ago or something like that is when I went on and put it in my cart and paid for it. So, but if you go on and you look at August and September Yarn of the Month's clubs, you will see that not only does she have fingering weight, she also has DK weight. So she has a fingering weight hank, a fingering weight sock set, a DK weight hank, and a DK weight sock set. So you have 4 choices to pick from, and they range from $27 to $35. So it's a pretty good deal. It was a good deal for hand-dyed yarns. You guys know that. So let's start with the July's Yarn of the Month, and this is just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I am going to put up, there's that. It's her business card. Oops, I don't want it to blow out. There's the business card. And then here's on the back, if you wanted to screenshot it or something like that. I will have the link in the description box, so you will be able to just go straight to her Etsy shop. So for July's Yarn of the Month, here's the picture of her inspirational photo. And here is the sock set. Ooh, this is so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at, guys. It is gorgeously squishy, soft. I'm trying to open it up a little so you can see the colors. Isn't that beautiful? See that? I love anything with speckles. I love deep colors. And then the little mini that goes with it is just a nice tonal purple. And these here, this is called Kite Flyer for July Yarn of the Month. It's in her, what she calls her classic rose base, which is a 4-ply, 438 yards, or 100 grams of a 100% superwash merino. And I believe her mini, let me see, is, yes, 100% superwash merino, and it's 87 yards. See that? So this is just absolutely gorgeous. I love this. It is so nice. Will I recommend this? Yes. Will I be purchasing August's Yarn of the Month? Yes. Like I said, you can see the inspirational photo. You just don't know exactly what you're going to get. So that is for July's Yarn of the Month club. Now, they have another club in her Etsy store also, and she has July, which may not be available anymore, or it's almost gone. She has August, which is close to gone, September and October already in her store, which I don't know if I have to purchase that. I don't know if I purchase it now, if it like comes out, like if I can do something where I purchase it and then it comes out every month at a certain time of the month. That would be really good. Or if I just purchase it and then I just have to wait for it to come or something. I don't know. I'm going to contact her and try to find out, or contact her family, whoever takes care of the business portion of it. But this particular Yarn of the Month, She also does for Harry Potter. And I watch Harry Potter. I've watched the movies. I'm not a Harry Potter, super fan or anything like that. I think the movies were adorable. I think that it's something that I like to sit down and let my grandchildren watch with me. I think I love the scenery. I love the whole the English British accent. I want to ship my children, my grandchildren, over to England and all that area so they can pick up the accent and then just talk to grandma for the rest of their lives like that. So anyway, this particular one is the July's Harry Potter Yarn of the Month Club. And here she is. I will put up an inspirational photo right here of what she was inspired by. And the name of this yarn is called Hermione's Beaded Bag. It's the Harry Potter Yarn Club. It's on her, what she calls her classic rose base, which is a 4-ply, 438 yard, 100 gram, 100% superwash merino. And just like the other yarn club, it is beautiful, squishy. It is wonderful. It has these beautiful purples and pinks and very purple speckles, very light color, pale pink, very pale pink. I like that. I like that a lot. It is really pretty, guys. This is just gorgeous. No, I don't know what I'm making out of it. No, I have no clue. I'm sorry. But there is right there. So, that is my unboxing for Ruby and Rose's Harry Potter Yarn of the Month Club for July and Ruby and Rose's July's Yarn of the Month Club. Like I said, on her shop, she has July's, which I'm not sure if when this comes up, if it'll still be there, if it'll be sold out or not. There was a few that said it was left there. She has July's Yarn of the Month also. And she has August for both, September for both, and October I saw the Harry Potter. I didn't see the Yarn of the Month Club for October yet. Also, there is something else. I will have to watch her podcast, or I'll link her podcast below when she talks about her Harry Potter Yarn of the Month. She is pairing up with somebody who is making charms. Now, it wasn't available for July, and it doesn't seem like it's available for August. But starting in my cart for September, not only do I have the Harry Potter Yarn of the Month Club in my cart, but I have the one that includes the charm. I'm very curious about it, so I definitely want to get the charm and see what that's about. And I probably should have researched. I totally forgot to find out who the person she's partnering with for making the charms. But I will link her video down in the description box where she talks about who she partners with for that. Because I just watched it maybe a couple weeks ago that I can remember. So anyway, that is the July's Yarn of the Month Club for Ruby and Rose's yarn. And if you like this, get your butt on Etsy. I'll leave the link below. And get your hands on some. Because they go quick. You know how these yarns go in the Etsy shop. So, I love it. I will be buying some more. And I also am always on the hunt for other Yarn of the Month clubs. So, if you guys find any that maybe you haven't seen on YouTube, or you haven't seen anybody unbox, because that's the way I'm trying to do it. Stuff that I have not seen yet. If you have any information on any of them, please leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear about it, and I would love to give them a try. So thank you guys for everything, and I will be talking to you guys really, really soon. Bye!